It's time to react because the truth is simple. No one is coming to save you. It's do or die. The only person who can change your life is you. Right now, every choice you make determines if you're going to win or just stand still while the world moves on. It's time to wake up and act because this is your one and only chance. Have you noticed that life won't pause for you to decide what to do? While you hesitate, it keeps moving. And every second lost is an opportunity you won't get back. The harsh truth is, no one's going to show up to save you. There's no perfect moment, no ideal circumstance, or miraculous solution that will transform your life without effort. What are you waiting for? For something magical to happen so you can finally wake up and chase what you really want? The reality is that time doesn't wait, and the only thing you control is how you choose to react. Reacting isn't an option, it's a necessity. With every challenge that comes your way, life is asking, are you going to rise or are you going to fall? The time to act is now, and you've got two choices. Hide behind excuses or face your story with courage. If you keep putting it off, nothing will change. If you don't react, no one else is going to react for you. So, stop waiting for the universe to conspire in your favor. Get up and do something about it. Because while you're stuck, your dreams are slipping away. It's not time that will define your life, it's your attitude towards time. Many people are so obsessed with the final destination that they forget to appreciate the journey. Gratitude for the process is what transforms the burden into fuel. When you learn to be grateful for progress, rather than just focusing on what's still missing, everything becomes lighter and more powerful. So ask yourself, are you grateful for the small accomplishments you've already made? Or are you always dissatisfied, looking at what's still lacking? This mindset of scarcity keeps you in the same position as 99% of people, unsatisfied, overwhelmed, and not enjoying the journey. Gratitude sets you apart. Being grateful for the journey doesn't mean settling for less than you deserve. It's recognizing that every step brings you closer to what you want, and that keeps your motivation high. If you only focus on what's missing, you'll get lost. If you value what you've already achieved, you'll keep moving forward with full force. Think of Rafael Nadal, who recently retired as a true tennis legend. Throughout his career, Nadal was known for celebrating every victory, no matter how small, with intensity. Every point, every set was a battle, and he celebrated each one as if it were the final of a grand slam. That passion for every small achievement not only motivated himself, but inspired everyone around him. He valued every moment of his journey. That gratitude for each point won, for each game overcome, is what took him to the top. Celebrating even the smallest public victories made Nadal one of the greatest of all time. Even in the smallest wins, he recognized their power in building his success. Discipline is the engine that drives your evolution, but even the most powerful engine needs to slow down sometimes. In life, it's not just about going full speed ahead. You need to know when to hit the brakes and when to let things glide. Imagine your journey as a road full of curves. Some are easy to navigate, others are so tight that if you insist on speeding through, you'll end up off the track. The real skill isn't just in going full throttle, but in knowing how to control the pace and choose the right moment to accelerate. Fluidity happens when you learn to adapt to the course of the road, adjusting your speed according to the terrain. It doesn't mean being passive or giving up control, but understanding that in certain situations, it's wiser to downshift, let the car coast, and prepare for the next turn. There are moments when intense effort is necessary, but there are others when the key is to stay smooth and adjust to what the path presents. Discipline prepares you for the road, but fluidity teaches you to read the signs and adapt to the conditions of the journey. This is the key to steering your life with balance, knowing when to push full throttle and when to adjust to the terrain. It's the harmony between action and acceptance, without forcing what can't be forced, but without being swept away by inertia. Those who master this combination can keep moving forward, even on the most challenging roads, because they understand that true control comes from knowing how to adjust the pace according to the moment. Knowing how to adjust the pace of life is essential, but even more important is understanding the why behind each step. When discipline goes beyond a daily routine and becomes an act of purpose, it becomes a form of practical spirituality. It's not about religion, but about aligning your daily actions with something greater. Giving meaning to what you do, even in the simplest tasks. Discipline isn't just a habit, it's a way to connect with what you truly believe in. It's the daily practice of becoming the person you want to be. Imagine that every action, every decision is like a piece of a grand mosaic. Individually, these pieces may seem insignificant, but when seen as a whole, they reveal a picture that tells your story. Discipline is the act of putting each piece in the right place, day after day, without skipping steps or seeking shortcuts. It's trusting that, even when the final picture isn't clear, each effort is contributing to something meaningful. You don't need to understand the whole picture to place the next piece. Sometimes you need to trust that discipline will take you to the right place. When discipline aligns with purpose, it stops being a burden and becomes an act of faith in yourself. Each small choice takes on a greater meaning because it's not just about what you're doing, but why you're doing it. This is spirituality in practice, turning your daily actions into moments of growth, using discipline as a guide towards a more connected and true life. Make no mistake, it's the small daily choices that determine whether you'll move forward or stay stuck in the same place. There's no point in talking about discipline and purpose if you don't apply it in the details in the smallest decisions you face every day. If you truly want to change your life, you need to understand that every action, no matter how small, has a direct impact on your future. You may think that ignoring a habit or postponing a task is harmless, but these small failures accumulate enough force to sabotage your biggest dreams. Consider the difference between someone who chooses to spend 20 minutes a day learning something new versus someone who spends that time mindlessly scrolling through their phone. In a month, this choice might seem insignificant, but in a year, the first person will have accumulated over 120 hours of learning, while the second remains in the same starting position. It's these micro reactions, day after day, that shape you for success or for failure. What seems small today, when repeated 1,000 times, becomes enormous. This is where the difference lies between those who achieve their goals and those who only dream. When you start to value every small choice, you realize that change isn't something that happens all at once. It's built decision by decision. Every step counts. Every reaction to adversity, no matter how insignificant it may seem, strengthens or weakens your path. The results don't lie. Either you're progressing or you're standing still. The accumulation of small victories makes all the difference in the end. Tough days will come. That's inevitable. But it's precisely in these moments that the real test begins. It's easy to maintain discipline when everything is going well, but when chaos arises, most people crumble. What you do on your worst day is what truly defines who you are. It's there, in the midst of chaos, that every small reaction gains massive importance. When the world is collapsing around you, is your first reaction to give up or to find a way to move forward? Imagine someone who, even on a tiring and discouraging day, decides to stick to their workout routine. The intensity may be lower, or the practice time may be reduced, but that person chooses not to abandon their commitment. The act of getting up and taking action, despite feeling down, is a vote of confidence in oneself. It's the choice to not let a bad day dictate the direction of your life. This kind of attitude, repeated in the worst moments, builds a resilience that few can achieve. The difference between those who thrive and those who fail lies in what they do when everything goes wrong. Maintaining your routine, even at the most basic level, acts as an anchor. On the worst days, discipline isn't just a practice, it's a salvation. It's what keeps you on track, preventing the weight of discouragement from pulling you away from what truly matters. Every small reaction, especially on days when nothing seems to be going right, adds another brick to the construction of your inner strength. It's not about having perfect days, but about not letting bad days destroy the progress you've made. On bad days, keeping discipline is a demonstration of strength, but the real reward goes beyond merely enduring. It's about transforming that endurance into growth and prosperity. Discipline, when practiced with purpose, isn't just a way to overcome challenges. It's the key to opening doors that many can't even see. Every small positive reaction, every decision to keep going, even when it seems impossible, creates a cumulative effect that transforms your life. Prosperity isn't luck, it's a consequence. It's the direct result of your repeated reactions to obstacles. Let's take the example of Howard Schultz, the man behind Starbucks. Before turning Starbucks into the global giant we know today, Schultz faced a series of rejections. When he presented his idea to expand the brand, He was turned down by more than 200 investors. For many, that would have been enough to give up, but Schultz persisted. He believed in his vision and used every no as motivation to seek the next yes. His discipline in continuing to react to rejection without letting it break him is what transformed a small coffee shop in Seattle into a global empire with thousands of stores worldwide. He showed that prosperity is the result of persistence, even when doors seem closed. You don't just prosper when everything is going well. True prosperity is built amid chaos, when you choose to react with discipline while everyone around you is giving up. When the daily practice of reacting with purpose becomes a habit, results start to appear naturally. What once seemed impossible starts to become a reality, and opportunities that once seemed distant begin to come closer. This isn't a coincidence. It's the direct reflection of a disciplined life, where each action is a step toward prosperity. You don't reap what you occasionally plant. You reap what you cultivate consistently. Life won't wait for you to get organized. Challenges will keep coming, whether you're ready or not. And the difference between those who achieve and those who only dream is simple. Winners take control, aligning discipline, reaction, and purpose. The reality is harsh, and if you don't react, it will crush you. No more excuses. Life doesn't wait. What you do now determines your tomorrow. Discipline without purpose is just empty effort, and reaction without discipline is like running in place. There's no perfect time to act, only what you do with the moment you have. If you keep living on autopilot, you'll end up stuck in the same place. Every decision counts, because every small reaction shapes your future. For life to flow, you need to be willing to fight, especially when everything seems to be against you. Your future is being decided by every small reaction. Choose wisely, because time doesn't go back, and life doesn't wait. It's time to react with purpose. Don't wait any longer. Your next victory starts now. Share your story in the comments and subscribe to the channel to keep evolving. Because you're not just watching, you're acting. And your next action is to click on the video appearing on your screen right now. Keep progressing on this journey, and we'll see you in the next video. See you soon.